You know what I absolutely hate about being a part of this generation in a new day and age that we're in? I hate that you being you is uh, dictated by something. Like, you could be the most kindest person and most caring person, and it's like, oh, they're a pick me. Oh, they're just trying to get attention. Oh, like, huh? Like, being you is just dictated about all these things that you see on social media, and it's just like, what? What? Back then, you ain't have all these labels of, oh, I'm this type of person, or oh, I'm this and this and this. Like, y'all know, no. That's just like me always running around and saying, oh, I'm a Leo, and oh, I'm just this person, and oh, da da da. Like, no, I don't run around and say that all day long. I just let me show for me. I just be me. I be the person that I am. But in this generation, it's just like you're either fake because you're real and you choose to not even isolate yourself. You just choose to be by yourself because you just know that this world is weird. Or the people that are the loudest and doing this and that become labeled as real, but that's not really who they are. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but I just feel like everything's just so backwards. Or maybe I'm just a backwards ass person. I don't know, but I just feel like I'm just at the point in life for real that I never cared about what people thought of me because other people's thoughts don't dictate my life and how I move in life. So I never really cared, but it's just like I'm just at the point in life where it's just like I'm just going to be me completely. Like, I don't care who's watching, don't care what anybody thinks, don't really care, but I'm not going to talk about being a person that I am, if that makes sense. And I feel like it's so hard these days too when people ask you about, you know, who you are and things of that nature, because it's just like my mindset is as people, like I don't get dead set on one version of a person. Why? Because I realize that nobody is ever just one way. And what I mean by that is everybody's evolving, everybody's growing, everybody's learning, everybody is always trying to, I will hope, better themselves and become the best version of themselves. So while you know that there's so many people trying to become the best versions of themselves, you know that they're not always going to be what you once knew. And I feel like keeping that mindset when it comes down to people keeps me from feeling a certain type of way about certain people. Because it's like, if you're around me, I want you to succeed. I want you to grow. I want you to become the best versions of yourself. So why get comfortable with people when they're in those stages? And it's always going to be that until the day we go, until we're called back to where we came from. You're always going to be growing and learning. At least I hope. Sometimes our wiser folks get set in their ways and they don't change and they don't really evolve. They just keep the same, mindset. But we're living in a different day and age where I feel like so many people is dead set on this version of bettering themselves and becoming different versions. So it's like, if you know that people are always growing and evolving, why get dead stuck on one person? And then that's when the labels come in. Oh, they're fake, and oh, they're not real, because oh, they're acting different. And it's like, nah, that's who they are now. So it's like you either accept it or you don't. Everybody's always changing. No, we don't need all these labels, and no, we don't need all these things to determine who we are, because forever we really don't know who we are. We know who we are in this moment. Like, yeah, I know that I like the certain things that I like right now, but who's to say that I won't? I look the way that I look right now, but in the next 2 to 6 to months to a year, who's to say I'll still look this way? Everybody's growing, everybody's learning, everybody's evolving. So that really is authentic of a person, to know that I am constantly growing. So who I am, I'm not being a imposter. I'm not, faking it. This is who I am. And I feel like that's a lot of the things that hold people back from becoming what they really want to become in life, is because they feel like, oh, if I change, then I won't be able to be this version of myself anymore. So I'm just going to stay in this box, because then the people that I love, they probably won't even understand me. So I'm going to stay there. No. If anybody ever drops off of you because you are bettering yourself and you are evolving, then they were never, not even, let me reverse. They were good in that moment of life, but they weren't meant to keep on for the long run. They weren't meant to be there. They're not meant. And that's okay. And that's what you got to understand about evolving and growing in life. That doesn't make you fake. That doesn't make you real. That doesn't make you this. It doesn't make you that. It makes you your authentic self. I don't know if people think like me, but that's how I think. And that's how I can go about life without judging people and thinking of a person one way. That's just like when you walk away from a person or whatever, then boom, 10 years down the line, 15 years, 20 years down the line, you run back into them and it's like, whoa, they're a whole different person, because they are. They learned, they grown, they evolved, or maybe they didn't, maybe they declined. But that's the choice that they chose with their life. But you run into them and you see that, oh, this is a different person. Oh, we got more interests. Oh, it happens because that's the part of life. That's the true, authentic part of life, is allowing yourself to grow, allowing the people around you to grow, allowing things to just be what they are, instead of saying that it's this way and it's this way and it's this way. I don't like that. I like living in a way of a mindset that I know that people are always changing. So it's just like you could say, oh, I thought you ain't like mustard. And then later down the line, a month later, that person's using mustard on their hot dog. I thought you said you didn't like mustard. Oh, I tried it on something and I enjoyed it, so now I really like it. Okay, cool. Okay. But that's the part of life. Like, give people the grace to constantly change and not be so stuck in this whole society of social media where you gotta say, oh, this person is, I hate this word because so many people are using this word, and yes, there are people who play on other people's emotions and feelings and things of that nature, but that's just like saying that somebody's a narcissist because of them deciding to make certain changes in their life, and you're not liking it. So the way that they won't tolerate certain things, now you're just like, whoa, now you're being this, now you're being that, because they're setting boundaries. And it's like, okay, now y'all mislabeling certain people because no, they're just in an evolving state. That doesn't make them this or that unless they just always been that. They always just been that and they ain't never really evolved. Then maybe they is. Maybe they got, I don't know. But give people more of the story. Y'all know I always got to say more of the story. To wrap it up. Moral of the story. Give people grace and let them evolve and let them change. If you can't understand that, then you dealing with people in this lifetime is going to be hard. You can't expect somebody to always stay the same. You cannot. That's just not how things go. But that's not how things grow. Just like that flower that you seen that was a little bitty bud turned into a big sunflower. Everything's growing. It's always evolving. So, like I said, give people grace. Stop seeing people a certain way when they just want to make a change in their life. Doesn't mean that they're being fake or they're not doing this. They just want to make a change. So, let people be people. Let people be authentically themselves. Dang, those be the ugliest faces. Like, that's how you know I just ran out of what I was saying. Hopefully you understood the message. Because I was kind of rambling, but you get it. All right, bye.